Hello,
Hey guys,
Missoula.
Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I'm Scott Ramp.
I'm Noelle McCoy.
I'm Josh Menny.
Okay, I hope you
Hey.
guys don't expect me to reach all the way over there, so I'll have one of you guys
Oh, yeah.
do the audio. This is so much audio.
This is too much audio. Okay, now I can't
Yo,
see
joining us once again is Asaph.
it. Yes, our pianist Asaph. Good morning, Asaph.
Thank you. Good morning.
How you doing? I see you're sporting a little piano tie.
Yes.
Yeah, this tie was custom made just for me, and sometimes I wear it for certain performances, things
Nice.
like that.
Nice.
So I
That's
decided
awesome.
to put it on today for today's show.
Yeah, it's great.
How does one come across a custom tie anyways?
Well, if you know someone that's like a seamstress or something like that, they just take cloth and they sketch it out on paper and they design it, and then they draw in these piano keys and stuff like that. What I like about this is how it's smeared. It gives it character, just the smear look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm
I
just
like
very
it.
blessed to have this tie, and I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
All right. So we're gonna show a little thing called the weather. And yeah, but first I'm gonna show the iCam. It's a little web camera just outside of Spruce and Higgins, and as you can tell,
There's some tree shadows.
there's some tree shadows, and
Cool.
the sun's already out, so
It is.
expect the sun to be shining pretty brightly around 6:30 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
And then it'll start losing light as the year goes on. In fall, you know, we lose light every 5 minutes.
Really? That
It's-
happens?
Huh?
That happens?
Yeah. Hey.
You didn't.
I didn't know that.
Of course you did know that.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Anyways.
Tell.
That's super cool. I don't think it happens in Arizona though.
Yeah,
Ever.
because it's so close to the equator.
Yeah, so close, and they don't even change their times.
Yeah.
Arizona's a crazy state.
It's crazy. It's so hot. Oh, it's hot.
Super hot. And
Yep.
so concrete.
So currently it is 55 degrees. We can expect heavy rain in the 30 percentile, high of 91 degrees, low of 58 today. And there's going to be heavy rain on Thursday, so you can expect rain and thunder. I see a little graphic of lightning and stuff. Friday, 50% chance of rain. So you can
It
look
may
forward to
rain.
rain tomorrow. It gonna rain.
It may rain.
It-
may rain.
It may go rain.
Usually if it's 80% or more, chances are it's
It
definitely going to
rained
rain.
yesterday.
Yeah, it rained
night.
last
Yeah.
morning. This
Last-
morning it was wet on the ground, or
This morning,
it could be the
and
sprinklers.
Yesterday evening it rained a little bit too.
Or did?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
I went to bed early,
of
so I
course.
can wake up Missoula. So, yeah,
Alright,
all
yeah.
those unnecessary hashtags.
We have Katie Rubin back on the show
Yes,
today.
Katie Rubin is
Comedian.
going to talk about her show. That's tonight, I
Yes.
believe.
Yeah.
Tonight and Friday.
Yep.
She's got two of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
This is
it's
for
gonna
the
be
Fringe Festival.
Yes.
She was here all week. She flew in on Sunday.
awesome. Yeah, from LA.
Yeah.
Very
So
excited.
she's going to talk about all that stuff in a little bit. So,
Yeah.
But first, I want to talk about MCAT news. So, MCAT, you can find out more information about MCAT on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, our MCAT.org. Just go straight up MCAT.org to find out more information about our channel and more. And our channel's changing from channel 7 and 11 to the channels of 189 and 190. So many places are changing the channels. I just saw that KPAX is changing the channel, KECI is
Oh, are
changing their
they?
channel. KPAX is actually going to be channel 8 and not channel like 12 on Charter cable.
Oh, okay.
It makes more sense because it's like KPAX and you see the giant 8 and it's like, what?
Yeah,
It's like, okay, so it's not channel 8.
but it will be 8 now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So this, as a nonprofit organization, we do a lot of shoots with organizations, and this organization is a forum that we shot this a couple months ago, and it's a forum that promotes donations and money to children of MDA, so who have difficulty, and a lot of them, like many years ago, wouldn't live to graduate college.
Oh,
even.
wow.
So this is a nice little quote that that this guy gave us, and this is a Meg that will be on tonight at 4:30 p.m. So check it out.
I first started in 1984 with the Muscular Dystrophy Association. The average lifespan for a Duchenne's patient was 18, maybe 21 on the outside. Now those same patients, because of the money that I've helped raise, personally taking ownership of, that now these kids are living into their mid-30s. Okay? They're having lives, they're going on to college, they're getting degrees. They never thought they'd even get a high school diploma. And now these individuals are doing that.
And that's going to be at 4:30 p.m. only on MCAT. So that's our only new episode that we're going on tonight. Yeah. And we have a little video from the vault. So while we're going to show the video from the vault, we're going to bring out Katie.
Yeah, let's
So
do it.
we'll bring out Katie Rubin after this.
How you all doing? My name is Michael Charles, and here we are in Missoula, Montana. First time here. It's a fun place. Let's do some music. Let's rock and let's roll.
All right, we are back with Katie Rubin.
Yes,
Welcome back.
Thank you. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Awesome. I'm good. I'm stoked to be here again.
Yeah.
I've decided I'm just gonna bring a mattress here and sleep
Yeah.
here.
Right.
And just kind of be on the show every day.
Wake up with Missoula.
Yeah. I am Wake Up Missoula.
All right. I don't want to argue with that.
So you've got your first show tonight.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
So tonight is, I'm looking for the camera. There it is. Tonight is, I'm doing a stand-up comedy show. I tour nationally with solo shows and stand-up shows. Tonight at 9 o'clock at the Brink at 111 Front Street. I'll be doing about an hour of stand-up comedy. I in my shows, I do jokes a lot about spirituality and spiritual people and dating and being a person.
Nice.
And then Friday is my solo show, and this is actually my 4th solo show. I've written 4, I performed 4, I've toured them all over the country, name a state, I've been in it. And Friday we're doing a show called Why I Died, a comedy, which I developed in Los Angeles with a really great director, a friend of mine, Victor Bumbleau. And it had 3 runs in Los Angeles, and now it's touring. I'll be in Grass Valley, Sacramento, Seattle, North Carolina,
Wow.
lots of places.
Wow.
So I'm stoked to be in Missoula, and I hope I'll see some of you guys on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
I see, like with Paul McCartney coming through the town, and he's only here for like a day, if only a day, and
Yeah.
it's nice that you could settle here and actually spend a week here. So what have you done here while the last couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, every time it's wise for me to come early because you gotta promote things and hang out, get to know people, invite people to come, particularly for a Fringe festival, which, by the way, just lots of props to Michelle Richaud for the Fringe Festival and putting all that together. She's running 800 arms of this thing, so it's been really intense, so that's really impressive. The river, really beautiful. Downtown, in love with it. Mountains everywhere, love them. I love Missoula.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that. It's
great.
Adorable and easy to get around and beautiful.
And we have great bands that come through. Everyone's super nice. Oh
Yeah, everyone
yeah.
everyone from Seattle circuit going to the Minnesota and the East Coast always stop
through
here.
Missoula. Yeah,
That's
so we have
cool.
Yeah, so we're getting a lot of
excellent
that.
music that comes through.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
had Paul McCartney last week. Jeff Beck and ZZ Top were just here.
Killer.
ZZ Top.
Yeah.
ZZ Top.
Modest Mouse was just here.
And we even had Sir Mix-a-Lot here.
Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot came a while ago.
Another big one.
I like that that's your crown.
It is my
Yeah.
crowning achievement. I love
Yeah,
that.
had
It's
Sir
Sir
Mix-a-Lot.
Mix-a-Lot.
Remember from 1982?
Yeah, remember before I was born? Oh, remember, yeah.
He doesn't lie.
When I was a twinkle in my dad's eye or something?
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. Missoula's great. We basically live in a mountain paradise. That's how I
It
feel.
feels that way.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I've just driven around. Michelle's been generous, let me use her car, run errands, get postcards, whatever, and it just seems like a charming, lovely place to be.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
great.
and as soon as I get my head straight and leave LA,
Yeah,
because
come here.
that'll be a sane choice.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll come here.
So you have a little postcard
Yeah.
thingy right there, so
Yeah.
we got to get a look at that.
Yeah, this is the postcard. You might be seeing these around in various bathrooms
Cool.
around the city. It's got the information for the stand-up show on this side and the solo show on this side, and prettiness on this side.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how did you become a comedian? Like, how did you start getting involved in all this stuff?
Well, let's see. So when I was 23, I went through kind of a big personal transformational healing experience. And that's how I wrote my first solo show. And also, I was always an actor in college. I got my BA in acting and my MFA in acting.
Oh, cool.
And but I've always been a writer and a singer as well, even as a kid. So I moved to New York City to be an actor, and I was really bored, basically, with waiting. Acting is a lot of like, please pick me, so I could do stuff. But luckily, I was always a writer, so I always had stuff to say. So I had like a big transformational experience around age 23. I wrote a show about it. I started to tour the show. The show kind of took on a life of its own. Cut to 10 years later, I've written 4 shows, and I built a business around it, and I learned how to market myself. And then about halfway into that process, usually the way it goes is stand-up comedians write jokes forever and ever and do stand-up comedy, and then they get tired of having to be funny all the time, so they write a solo show, and they're like, here's my life story. Well, I had done 3 solo shows when I was like, I want to write some jokes. Because my solo shows were always funny, but they were character-based. So I gathered about an hour's worth of material for a couple years without like telling anybody. And then one day I was like, I have an hour of stand-up comedy to do. And just started touring it because I had venues that knew me. And so this is my second hour. Now I just write comedy all the time. And I gathered another hour, and here we are.
Okay, so when can you tell us when the show dates are for when you're performing?
Sure. Like I said, so tonight, I'm not going to show that. Tonight, you can't read that. People watching, you can't read that. Tonight at 9 o'clock at The Brink at 111 Front Street, which is Fringe Central, we'll be doing the stand-up show. And then Friday night at 8:30 at the Crystal Theater is where Why I Died, a comedy is happening, which again is an hour and 10-minute solo theater piece where I play 15 characters. There's a lot of laughing. It's a deep story, but it's a funny story.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask you that.
Yeah.
Like, kind of with Robin Williams being in the news and everything, the whole kind of tears of the clown cliche. Like, how much of your stuff is inspired by like really serious subject matter?
All of it.
Question.
All of it. Yeah. Different comedians will tell you different things about that. I personally have kind of an oddly sort of sincere endeavor underneath my attempts to do comedy. So comedy for me is like I'm really interested in touching, moving, and inspiring people. Like I want to uplift consciousness, raise consciousness, tell jokes that make us think about ourselves and our relationships with one another. Obviously, when you do comedy, you got to make people laugh all the time. So it's the challenge is like turning sort of serious subject matter into something funny. But once you learn how to structure a joke, I find, and if you have that kind of timing, really comedy is just about timing and structure. So you learn how to like you could say like the sand is brown and turn it into a joke if you know how. And so I just like using comedy and theater. They're 2 totally different forms. I also work as a public speaker, so I'm a fan of just speaking as well. The good thing with public speaking is you're not obligated to be funny, so you can just come up and just be sincere. But with comedy, you can touch people who wouldn't otherwise maybe get on board with the topics you're dealing with. Like I always say, and I'll stop talking with this, but I always say that like you can sort of go to some really emotionally vulnerable places with people if you get them laughing first. Like once people are open with laughter, they'll kind of go anywhere with you. So it's a cool tool in that way.
I've had the same experience.
Right?
Yeah, so if you're interested in going to see Katie Rubin, check her out at The Brink. It's at 8 p.m. tonight.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
And then on
8:30
Friday
on Friday.
8:30
at
on
the Crystal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thanks so much, Katie.
We have we have a reel that you have, so we're going to show that.
Yeah, this is the 2-minute sizzle reel for Why I Died, a Comedy, which is the show that happens on Friday at 8:30 at the Crystal.
All right. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Check this out.
Good to see you guys. Behind the behind, where all is divine, where all is clean, is a silent, fine, clear white line.
Sounding very exciting, no? Very sexy, no? No, and I tell you why. Who has boundary issues? I do. His first album album, All Up in Yo Mama's Grill. Went platinum in 1992 when his hit single, I Gotta Dip, Homie, D's Nuts in Your Face. Stan, I have to tell you, all these crazy miracles just happened. Were they funny? No. Then forget about them. And at the same time, I am dying inside. So I'd be crazy and anxious and insane. I'd hop in the bath and then I'd be wet. Every now and again,
All right. We're back with Sergeant Travis Welch from the Missoula Police Department. Sergeant Travis Welch, how are you doing this morning?
I'm very good, thank you.
Great. So what are you on the show to talk to us about today?
We recently had a notice that there's a new scam threat apparently in the Missoula area, and it's been perpetrated in surrounding areas as well. And I'd like to warn people about it so they can be prepared if in case they are actually the recipient of one of these calls.
Okay, and this has to do with the IRS. So people are pretending to be a part of the IRS and trying to get money from people?
That's correct. On Monday, we received a call from a woman who said that she was a victim of this attempted scam, and she said she was contacted by a person who represented the IRS and informed that she owed money and was given instructions on how to pay it back or how to pay the money. And as she continued to talk to this person, she began to get some red flags. Something didn't seem right, and she was absolutely correct. The caller was a woman, although that doesn't seem to matter. It could be a male or female. But she was told that she needed to pay this back. She was told that she couldn't tell anybody about it. They told her to hang up her landline and call out back on a cell phone. And then they wanted her to stay on the cell phone while she drove to her bank to arrange the transfer of money. But they wouldn't tell her where to transfer the money until she had arranged for it to be sent. All very suspicious, all certainly inappropriate, and not something you would expect from an agency such as the IRS.
No, that sounds very sketchy. That would have been definitely red flags if they were like, no, call us back on your cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's illegal to talk on the phone in Missoula while driving. Don't they know that?
It's not uncommon that people, attempt these scams from other states. So they may not be aware of that texting and driving is illegal in the city of Missoula.
Okay, Sergeant Welch, so do the police department have an idea of where these calls are coming from?
Most of the time we do not, because if they are made from a cell phone, they're usually the pay-as-you-go type or tract phones. Sometimes there are email addresses used, but most of the time these are internet-based, and there's no good registration information for the actual accounts. They're just kind of throwaway accounts that they make, and so they're very difficult to follow up. Any leads usually fizzle out before we get to anything substantial. So the best way to combat these is just to inform people that they're occurring, that people are attempting to con you and take your money. And if you perceive anything that's not right or unusual, if the hairs on your back of your neck stand up, if you see those red flags, don't give out information over the phone. And if you believe that it's a crime, hang up the phone and call your local law enforcement agency or the FBI.
All right, that sounds like a good plan. Is there anything else that we should know, Sergeant Welch?
No, except that you should never give out personal information to somebody you don't know. You don't know who you're talking to. Personal information can be used to just about destroy people anymore in the wrong hands. So use caution when talking on the phone.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, Sergeant Welsh, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Whoa.
Wow, that
Sketchy.
was... Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were like, that they told her not to tell anyone, like that should be her first clue.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Sketchy.
Yeah, so I'm going to change gears there, and we're going to talk a little bit about Robin Williams.
Yeah, we
So
did it.
we had a comedian on, and Robin Williams
Passed
allegedly committed suicide
Yeah,
on
it's
Monday.
confirmed. It's confirmed. It's so sad.
Yeah.
I'm super sad about it.
So Josh went on the street and asked people what they think about this recent turn of events. So here's a little bit of word on the street.
He's not on the internet. And Fern Gully. I really liked him in Fern Gully.
He was in Fern Gully?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he was. He was like the spastic bat.
You're making it really difficult for me to choose, but I think it's a tie between Patch Adams and Dead Poet Society.
And Aladdin.
Oh. You're ruining my life. Too, like, I don't know, that one would be a really hard one to watch now, considering what's happened, because it was based on, you know, death and suicide, but it was a really, really good movie.
You know, my favorite material from Robin Williams would have to be his stand-up comedy. I just think it was really raw, and it was a good array of a lot of his talents.
Mrs. Doubtfire for me.
Yeah, probably the same. Yeah.
And why do you like Mrs. Doubtfire?
I don't know, I saw it the first time I was a kid, and I thought it was funny then, and it's still funny now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
For all ages.
My favorite Robin Williams movie would be Hook. Just always dug that movie since I was a little kid. Pretty awesome spin on Peter Pan coming back, you know, to Neverland. Just saw it recently, actually. It's really weird that he just passed, so it's kind of a sad day in America for that. So always looked up to Robin Williams and his comedy, the way he handled himself. So.
That makes
Alright.
me so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite Robin Williams movie?
Doubtfire.
I think mine's Bicentennial Man.
Oh.
With Hook as a close runner-up,
Yeah.
but Bicentennial Man, that's a great movie.
It is one. What about you, Asaph? What's your favorite?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire, yeah.
Yeah, that's my personal favorite of his movies.
What Dreams May Come is, I think, my favorite one. I mean, it's
That's
really, it's
dark.
nice. Yeah, it is dark, but it's really awesome. And it's cool to see Robin Williams, like, take on a darker role, because he's such a great actor.
Yeah, that's Maria's favorite movie.
Is it What Dreams May Come? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie. It really is.
Yeah. Sad, very sad.
It is, yeah.
It's just hard to process to me, this passing.
Me too, yeah, it was so sad.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's not the first person that's ever ended his life, unfortunately, but when it's someone like him of his caliber, it's hard to process.
And to just have, like, made so many people laugh and smile and have, you know, and just be so happy, and for him to just, like, feel like he is at such a point in his life where he needs to do that.
Yeah.
And all these people are being like, oh, it's so selfish. It's just like, imagine, like, you know, you have to be at a certain place in order to feel those things.
I think it's a depression issue.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I think depression just doesn't discriminate.
No.
Rich, poor, young, old, whatever.
Yeah. Nope, it doesn't.
No, and you know, the thing is that, like, mental illness, depression, it shouldn't be so stigmatized. It should be, you shouldn't have to feel like you have to hide it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, you know, especially for men, I think.
Yeah.
It's tough because it seems like it's a weakness, but it's not. It's not.
Not at all, yeah. I understand that. I agree with that statement. Yeah.
So, well, if anything we can learn from it is that depression is not a weakness, and we should be open about it and
just be nice to people, you know?
Be nice
like,
to people, yeah.
We're all going through this together. We're all feeling the same things and experiencing the same things.
Compassion.
Just be nice to each other. Treat others how you want to be treated. And if you want to be treated like a jerk, then you should stay at home. Yeah.
So,
All right.
All right.
Events.
So what do we got next? Events?
Let's do some events.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
These are Wednesday events. So there is a Sierra Club Welcome Creek Day Hike. This is for women only. It's today at 9 a.m.
Oh.
I know, sorry guys. So they're gonna drive up to the Sapphire Mountains through Clinton, on the Forest Road 4243. So that'll be kind of fun. They'll go to 8 Mile Saddle where they'll park, and then they're gonna hike along the ridge and go to the Welcome Creek Wilderness area. It's a round trip is 6 miles. It's 1,200 feet of elevation gain. And if you want to learn any more information or go to it, contact Jeanette Fierro 77 at gmail.com. So it's JANETFIERO 77 at gmail.com. Today there's Out to Lunch at 11 a.m. at Cares Park. This is a weekly performance arts festival where they have a bunch of different vendors and music, and they'll have kids activities. So the kids activity today is put on by the Missoula Public Library. And the band today is the Ben Rice Band. Yeah, and it's from 11 a.m. to 2. There's face painting at the Children's Museum of Missoula today from 11:30 to 12:30. Go into the art room and get your face painted. At the Children's Museum of Missoula today at 4, there's an art series called Greek Vases, where children are just going to learn basic art skills and history through projects. And so they're going to make Greek vases. And as all month and today we've been talking about the Zootown Fringe Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And so that starts tonight. And as we just had Katie Rubin on, and her show is tonight at 9. So the Fringe Festival starts today, 13th through the 17th. And it's just a performing arts festival. The theater, music, everything.
A wide cornucopia of artists.
Yeah, over 60 original live works all around town. Tickets prices range from free to $12. So go to zootownfringe.org for more information, or just keep watching our show because we'll have a ton of people on it for it still.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of people on this Friday for the Fringe Festival.
Friday.
Fringe Friday. There is a glass fusing orientation class tonight at the Zootown Arts Community Center. It's an introductory class that covers the basics of glass fusing, from the kilning process to the slumping, fusing, mold making, and glass aftercare. And once you've attended the night, you can go into their glass fusing studio and just do it whenever you want to. So it's $15 plus the cost of glass, which is usually anywhere between $5 and $20. And they want you to register. So I'm sure you can still register today since it's at 6 o'clock tonight. There is the city band will be at Bonner Park at 8 p.m. tonight. Scott, you gonna be there?
No.
And then there's gonna be trivia at the Broadway at 7. There's trivia at Press Box at 8. And there's music at Monk's, the Top Hat, Palace, Dark Horse, Badlander, and Sunrise Saloon. So those are Wednesday events. Up next, I've got Thursday events. Tomorrow, there's a Social Security Q&A brown bag lunch. This will be at the Missoula Aging Services at 11:30 a.m. And it's for people to go there that have questions about Social Security and don't know what to do and don't know how to sign up and don't know how to go about it. Mary Olson will be putting it on, and she has 29 years of experience with Social Security questions and administrative stuff. So it's a $5 suggested donation. Space is limited, so you can register beforehand. So call 728-7682 to register. Their Homeward is putting on an Orchard Garden Sustainable Communities Tour. So every now and then Homeward will go around sustainable communities in Missoula, and they'll give you like an hour free tour of them and how everything works and who lives there and if you can, want to live there one day. So it's at Orchard Gardens. I don't exactly, do you guys know where Orchard Gardens is?
I don't.
I don't either. I'm sure you can find it online if you want to. Yeah, so it's going to be an hour-long tour that'll highlight the unique property and how they promote sustainable communities. So you learn about Homeward, their housing counseling and education programs, and the sustainability features of Orchard Gardens that benefit the community. Yeah, cool. Yeah, there'll be a light lunch and beverages. It's free and open to the public. And you can RSVP to 532-4663 extension 16 if you want to go. There is a senior roaming congregate meals. This is at 1 p.m. at the River Ridge Apartments, August 14th and 28th. And it's lunch from Lisa's Pasty Pantry and a presentation about living art of Montana. So you can call 728-7682 to reserve a spot. As always, every Thursday, there's something called Read Dogs, where it's at the Missoula Public Library. It's from 3 to 4. And you can take your child and you can go to read to a cute little dog. Yeah.
That's so cute.
I know. I love it.
I can just see my dog.
Yeah, just like chilling there, loving it. Yeah. They're called Reading Education Assistance Dogs. And so that's just nice. If you want to read and don't have anyone to read to, go to there. Yeah. At the Children's Museum tomorrow, there's musical fun at 3:30. It's you just learn about rhythm with simple instruments and enjoy some musical fun. 3:30 to 4. There's Lego Club, and this is every Thursday at the Missoula Public Library. This is on the Dragon's Rug in the children's area. And you can just go and play with Legos. It's from 3:30 to 5. Lego and Duplo pieces are provided, and children under 12 must be accompanied by an adult.
And don't sport bare feet if you're going to walk in the area.
Yeah, no, don't wear bare feet.
Bare feet, don't wear? No.
Wait, or don't have? Whatever.
Don't have bare feet because, you always step on Legos and it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts. There is a Native Plant Garden Work and Learn Day tomorrow at the Missoula Native Plant Garden at the Fort Missoula. The education topic for the week will be on seed collecting. It'll be from 4 to 6 tomorrow, and you can help plant and build things. Yeah. There's a Taste of the Bitterroot Tour. This is at Valley County Fairgrounds tomorrow at 4. And what this is a sampling of hors d'oeuvres and beverages presented by local area chefs, breweries, and wineries. Ooh, that'll be fun. It's $35 per person. You've got to be 21 or older to go. And seating is limited, so you can call 375-9411 to reserve your seat today. Their Total Fest starts tomorrow. It's going to be all different places all around town. It starts tomorrow at 5. So where it's going to be. So the venues are the Badlander Palace and the Zootown Arts Community Center. This is the 13th year of Total Fest.
Wow.
Yeah, and so what it is just like independent rock, metal, punk, pop, dancey, sort of unclassifiable, and generally rad tunes.
Yep,
yeah.
Total
Fest. So it's just
That'll be great.
Music fest is all in all the bars this weekend. Yeah, it'll be fun. So it'll be 3 days of barbecues, afternoon shows, outings to the Blackfoot River, bunch of concerts. Here's some of the bands that are going to be here. Shannon and the Clams, Gaythist, Kid Forever, Prize Hog, Treasure Fleet, Old Doris, Ed Schrader's Music Beat, Chain and the Gang, Pissing Contest, excuse me. That's a band name. Obnox, Vaz, Chastity Belt. Oh, Chastity Belt's coming? Oh my God. Al Scorch, Mass FM, and Boys, and lots more. So
that's many titles.
Many titles and many great band names for you to rock out. It'll be fun. There's a ton of stuff going on this weekend. So 3-day passes are $50 in advance, or I'm sure you can just pay, whatever venue you want to. Tomorrow there'll be Downtown Tonight, which is just the same as Out to Lunch, which was Thursday nights from 5:30 to 8:30, and it's over bunch of different food vendors, and there's some alcohol put on by the Rhino, and then there's a band. So the band is Russ Nassett and the Revelators, and then the kids' activity will be Ms. Mo Gymnastics. At the Downtown Dance Collective tomorrow, there's Mystery Mark, which we actually had these people on earlier, in June, I think.
I think 2 weeks ago? So
No.
It must have been July. It was Josh Wagner.
Yeah, it was July. Yeah, it was like a month ago.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time is flying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is a theatrical installation based on the book by Josh Wagner and Theo Ellsworth. It's a cartoon exorcism of Clay, a man with a frozen face who is haunted by his favorite childhood television show. So, yeah. This will be tomorrow at the Downtown Dance Collective, starting at 7. There'll be music by Cash for Junkers. So this show will be August 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. and then August 16th at 9:30 at the Downtown Dance Collective. And then tomorrow there's music at Draftworks, The Top Hat, Badlander Monks, Dark Horse in the Palace, and there's trivia at the Holiday Inn downtown at 7:30 and trivia at the Lucky Strike at 8. So that's what's going on for events for today and tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm excited for Fringe Fest and Total Fest.
I know, me too.
There's so much going on. People promoting all that stuff.
Yeah.
The main event in Fringe Fest is all this week, but Friday and Saturday is the big shows.
Well, then, and also next weekend is River City Roots Fest.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That's
We've just got
coming up.
Oh yeah, MCAT's gonna be there too for the Kids Festival at Karis Park on
fun.
Saturday and Sunday. We're doing the space taxing.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, we just have so many festivals going on. Pretty fun.
So, Asaph, you have a song for us?
Sure. This is a familiar song you'll recognize.
Thanks,
A classical version of the Stones.
Yeah.
That was great. Cool. So time for city council stuff.
Yeah, what's going
Let's
on?
get political now.
What are they talking about? Wait.
What was the main topic of?
Wrong mouse. Wrong mouse. Okay. The topic. There are a lot of topics. This was a pretty interesting city council. A lot of people had some good stuff to say.
I'm on edge.
Yeah. So, one thing that happened that there wasn't really good sound bites for, but I'll just tell you about anyways, is they are going to be putting a distillery on
Alder Street.
Alder Street, that's right, Scott.
I saw a part of that.
I've heard that. It's coming. When is that coming?
I don't know exactly when it's coming, but I know that they have to...
They're getting it approved.
They're getting it approved, yeah, and they had to do some zoning stuff. They had to move the garbage cans, and yeah, there's a big garbage can there. But that was one thing that happened, and...
Cool.
But other than that, there was some other interesting stuff that went on, and I just pulled a few sound bites from some people, as I usually do for this. Basically, this lady is talking about how she's from Transition, Missoula, and she's, let's see here. She is, yes, from Transition, Missoula, and she's talking about the importance of honeybees, and also they're entertaining a resolution to get rid of pesticides. So let's listen to her.
Good evening. My name is Teresa Jacobs, and I'm a member of Transition, Missoula, and we heard rumor that there was going to be discussion about honeybees tonight. Some proclamation is what we hear rumor of. So there's three of us here because we're quite excited about honeybees and other pollinators. As we all know, they're so important for our food supply, and we're hoping that the City Council in the future will be entertaining a resolution perhaps to ban a certain class of pesticides called the neonicotinoids, which their appearance on the market has seemed to coincide with thank you, colony collapse disorder, and we know that it's proven to be a neurotoxin. So this is something that we're excited that we're talking about honeybees today, and we hope we'll be talking about them again.
Thank you, Ms.
That's right, talking about honeybees. Yep,
Yes.
Honeybees are important. As Albert Einstein said,
They are.
the world will be over once the last honeybee beats its wings. So.
Yep.
Here's Mayor Engen. He's going to talk about the proclamation surrounding. He's going to talk about the proclamation for honeybees. So let me pull this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, whereas honeybees are essential partners of gardeners, farmers, ranchers, and the wild in producing required food supplies for both humans and animals, and whereas honeybees are critical to the process of pollination, thus 1 bite in 3 of human food benefits directly or indirectly from honeybee pollination, and whereas honeybees pollinate more than 90 food crops, they ensure the ability of families to maintain food sovereignty, especially via home or community gardens, and whereas honeybee pollination is worth more than $15 billion in added crop value. And whereas gardening groups, homeowners, school children, nature lovers, and commercial food producers recognize that honeybees provide significant environmental benefits that are necessary for maintaining healthy, biodiverse ecosystems, and whereas honeybee population honeybee pollination plays a vital role in the health of our national forests, grass, and wetlands, which provides forage for fish, wildlife, and recreational opportunities, as well as enhanced economic development opportunities for communities. Now, therefore, I, John Engen, Mayor of the City of Missoula and the State of Montana, do hereby proclaim August 16th, 2014 in Missoula as Honeybee Awareness Day and urge all citizens to recognize honeybees and their many contributions with appropriate observances and activities, which could include hugs. Thank you. No hugs for the bees.
How nice.
Yeah. So
honeybee hugs. I don't want to hug a honeybee.
No.
That'd
no. That would hurt, indeed. So another thing that people were talking about was the non-discrimination ordinance. So Mayor John Engen wrote a piece that was in the paper talking about the non-discrimination ordinance, and if you guys remember, we talked about it a couple months ago. And
it was all over MCAT, and it was their anniversary of when they passed it in like 2009.
Yeah. So basically, as you guys know, it's to give people who like
equal opportunity to get jobs, rent apartments, not to be discriminated against based on their race, religion, creed, sexual orientation. It was mostly geared towards sexual orientation and transgender individuals.
Yeah. So that's what they're talking about today. And so they're just kind of, Brian von Lossenberg is just kind of saying, hey, shout out to Mayor Engen. Good job on writing that piece. So let's hear from Brian von Lossenberg.
Thanks. I just wanted to thank you, Mayor, for the excellent, I thought, guest opinion regarding the Billings NDO. So well done, well written. Proud to see it.
All right. So, and then there's another shout out from Caitlin Koppel. So let's hear from Caitlin Koppel.
Yeah.
To thank you, Mayor Engen, for your excellent guest opinion in the Billings Gazette. It means a lot, and I think it's, from what I've been hearing, it's having a big impact over in Billings, where tonight they actually are supposedly going to vote on their non-discrimination ordinance, and I would just encourage folks to pass a fully inclusive ordinance there in Billings, and it really makes me appreciate every time I go watch how they do business, how we do business here, because we get it done a lot faster. So I feel for my friends who will be there probably all night again tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Koppel.
All right, so that's Caitlin Koppel.
Yeah, and if you haven't already heard, Billings is going through their own ordinance about their non-discrimination.
Oh, are they?
As well there. So they've been, and they stay extra late too. They've been pulling 12-hour meetings based on this.
Holy cow!
And they should have passed an ordinance beforehand saying that their city council meeting has to end on the same day it starts. So they're subject to
overtime.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I don't know for sure if they passed that NDO non-discrimination ordinance, but you know what? We'll find out, and we'll talk about it on Friday.
Yeah.
Well, because it's interesting stuff.
Back to committee. From last time I heard, and they're just trying to revise it and make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, here's Jason Weiner, and he is talking about some big news with mountain lions. So let's hear from Jason Weiner.
Tomorrow at noon, the Mountain Lion Board is going to vote on whether to proceed with the Zero Fare trial funded by community partners, including the City Council and the Metropolitan Planning Organization. They're going to do that at the transfer station at noon. So come down and celebrate.
Mr. Taft.
All right, so that was Jason Weiner.
So Asaph, you do the you take the bus here, don't you?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Yep. So are you excited for the fare-free bus?
Yeah, I think it'll make your life a little bit easier for guys who aren't zillionaires yet.
Yeah. Keyword yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
When are they gonna enact that? When are they doing that? Free fare thing. Is that like a thing? Like, is that happening?
It is happening.
Good.
So
cool.
I don't know exactly. I think it's 2015. That's when it's going to start.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's only a couple months.
Yeah. So it's going to be great. It should as we remember from talking about it before. It should boost the ridership by an incredible amount, something like 40% or something.
I'll probably
like
ride
that.
it if it's free.
Yeah.
You know, might as well.
Yeah.
Take it to school.
Take it to school, and then go downtown for lunch.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Or whatever.
Or whatever I want to do in my
whatever
life.
you want to do with the buses.
I think it'll be great. I mean, especially with, for people who like drinking and stuff, they can take the bus free.
Yeah.
It'll.
Yeah, the Mountain Line doesn't do buses after like 6:30.
Well, they do have the U-Dash though. The
U-Dash is just from the university to downtown,
up
back
to
and
South
forth.
and back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from the U-Dash runs from South Avenue down to the exits and then back up.
They just started doing Thursdays now, so it's Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights.
Yeah,
for
good.
The U-Dash.
They should.
Nice.
Should. I wish I went to my house.
Cool. So, in the next thing that is going down here in City Council, it's crazy, wild things happening. I don't know why I'm saying that, but
okay.
Alex Taft is talking about Symphony in the Park and how popular it was, and he also talks about Dare to Bear, the naked bicycle ride, which has been very controversial.
Yes.
So, let's hear from Alex Taft.
I have two comments based on recent events. The first is my observations of the wonderful Symphony in the Park last night, which is now 10 years old and seems to be outgrowing the space with its popularity and people almost everywhere down there. And I was thinking that I would hate for them to leave that venue because it was too small. And then I thought about the downtown master plan that calls for removing parking in that area, and the fact that we now have a new parking garage with 300 odd spaces. Maybe it's time to remove parking around the Caras Park Center so we could have more places for folks to gather. The second is based on my observation of the testimony last week about the so-called naked bike ride. I thought I would have liked to know where people lived, where in the city they lived, or if they did not live in the city, where they lived elsewhere. And I understand that in the past that has been a requirement or a tradition or whatever, but I'd like to see that return.
All right, that's Alex Taft. Now the final thing that City Council is talking about, not really City Council, but what the members of City Council are talking about, Marilyn Marler, she's going to talk about the M Trail, and if you guys haven't heard yet, the M Trail is being redone, the trailhead, so I thought we should allow Marilyn Marler to talk about that a little bit, so let's listen to Marilyn.
Just wanted to let people of Missoula know that as soon as tomorrow there could be some major construction at the base of the M Trail, and the M Trail will be open the whole time. You just will have to go around a little bit. There's going to be some demolition of existing concrete and landscaping there so that a more beautiful and functional trailhead can be built. And I'm really excited for this project. I've been working on it with different community partners for about a year. Specifically, I want to thank Run Wild Missoula for their being the biggest of the donors for it. It's about a $20,000 project, and it's all from community donations, individuals and groups and businesses. So just heads up, if you see a lot of work happening at the concrete at the base of the Mount Sentinel stairs, just persevere and go around and you'll still be able to hike the most popular hiking trail in the state.
All right, that's right. Most popular hiking trail in the state.
Is it really?
Quite a bold statement there.
No, I think
it's pretty good. It's a great trail.
Yeah, but I think it's well known that
there's
so many people up there. So, well, that's all the city council I have for today. We'll have some more.
Where can people find the city council and all this stuff? All this content is available for you at home at a click of a mouse.
Yeah,
Where
let me
can people
pull it
find
up. So, if you want to follow me as I go along here, I'll just type in City of Missoula. City of Missoula brings up this website. It's the Missoula, Montana.
That's the official City of Missoula website right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then to find those videos and other meetings, you go to
Your Government right here, and then you go down, scroll down to Agenda Webcast Minutes. Click on that. And then you scroll down some more.
It looks blank. It always is blank, and then it pops up just soon after.
And then here's your list of things that you can watch. And as you see, City Council is here with the date on it. It happened at 7 p.m. on Monday. And basically, you just click on the agenda, and it pulls up the screen, and it pulls up the agenda.
And it plays the video almost right away.
Yeah. And this is all that went on. It looks like a lot more. There's a lot more. It looks like there was a lot more that actually went on, but they actually pass all of this in one consent agenda.
So you can find all that information and more at the city website. You can see what kind of construction's going on there.
Yeah.
Because we looked up some road construction. There's a lot of construction. They're going to replace the Russell Street Bridge soon.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do the.
That's going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be
rough.
quite a project.
Yeah,
it's been there forever.
Yeah.
And also 3rd Street. Finally, it's starting to look like an actual street because I noticed that they have some actually sidewalks. Because if you remember going down 3rd Street, they have like no sidewalks.
Sidewalks
and it's like dirt and it's somewhat some asphalt, some dirt, and you're riding your bike through there, and it's like, am I going to die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they put new poles in. That was the first thing they did. So they moved the poles a little bit so they can make room for sidewalks, and it looks great so far. They've paved a lot of it with some asphalt. It's looking there. It's getting there, but I don't know. I wasn't too confident when they said it's like, oh, sometime after summer it'll be done. It's like that's not specific at all. It's like it'll be done. It's like someone says it'll get done when it gets done. That's basically all I can say.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to ride my bike down it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Missoula is really growing.
Yep.
That's all
and
I
then
can say.
Winter's gonna start again, and then we have more road construction.
And potholes.
Oh, and if you're down Spruce Street, they have to repave that road.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they're chip sealing.
Yep.
Chip sealing.
Ugh.
So yeah, there's
So
just
don't
a lot going on.
drive.
And,
Don't
then the
drive.
broadband's another big thing. So hot topic with broadband, the Bare Naked Bike Ride,
the school levy.
They're asking for a lot of money for the high
Millions.
schools and K-12, all their K-12 buildings. So this, it's going to be big.
Fort Missoula.
So you did this school board meeting last night. Could you just kind of harp on what the main things they talked about? What do you remember?
What do I remember? Let's see, the main things. It was actually the shortest meeting that I've ever been to.
Oh, really?
And let's see, they just flew through it really fast. Nothing really stood out. There wasn't anything really controversial. It was pretty
just
smooth.
Getting ready to start school again.
Yeah.
School starts for the Missoula County Public Schools in like 2, 3.
A week and a half.
A week and a half.
The 25th.
Yeah, they start a week in August, the last week in August.
Yep, 25th.
And then college starts a week after that.
No.
Doesn't it?
No.
A college starts in 2
We all
weeks?
start the 25th.
Okay.
Those kids might start like on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, they might start the 27th, but I go back to school in a week and a half.
Wow. Oh yeah, because after Roots Festival. What am I talking about?
Yeah, Roots Fest is next weekend. Yeah, Total Fest, Fringe Fest, Roots Fest, lots of good stuff.
Yep.
It is. Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, so before I go, I want to say that you can find out more information on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find out even more on Twitter. Actually, you can find out about the same amount on Twitter and on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can look up our website and our information on MCAT at MCAT.org, and you can see that MCAT is changing channels. That's our big focus, is that MCAT is changing from channel 7 and 11 to channel 189 and 190, and that's happening August 23rd. So I can actually after
Sunday.
Roots Festival will be a new channel.
Yep.
Like everybody else, analog is dead.
Done.
Well, in charter communications, but I don't know if you want bunny ears and pick up PBS or something. But anyways, I digress. For Wake Up Missoula. Oh wait, before we go, we're gonna have Asaph play a little song, but he's gonna play us out. So for Wake Up Missoula, I'm Scott Ramp.
I'm Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Josh Menny.
Have a good day, everyone.